So, ladies and gentlemen, now we move on to the next panel sessions for today. So, actually, yesterday we had 5 panel sessions. Then we have been discussing a lot about sustainability, environmental, and then the sustainability as well, so waste management. And today, this afternoon, again, on the 3rd panel sessions, we will be discussing about traditional and complementary medicine, bridging ancient wisdom and modern well-being. So very interesting topic, I would say. And the session will be focusing more, also we will be exploring together the growing role of traditional and complementary medicine in supporting modern well-being and preventive health approaches. The discussions also later with the panelists will also cover about traditional healing practices, herbal medicine, natural therapies, mindfulness as well, preventive wellness, cultural healing tradition, integrative health approaches as well, and the relationship also being between ancient wisdom and modern well-being practices. So, ladies and gentlemen, we also see the balanced, responsible, and well-being focused approach that support healthier lifestyle. So, I would like now to invite to the stage our panelists on this session. First of all, please join me to welcome to the stage Dr. Sujata Kekada, head physician and co-founder of Amarta Siddhi Ayurvedic Center. Boleh tepuk tangan Bapak Ibu. Welcome Dr. Kekada. Thank you so much for joining us, please. Thank you so much. And I would like to also invite another panel, actually, Jörg Aranda Bertrand, founder of Hands with Heart Foundation. Boleh tepuk tangan juga supaya semangat ya, karena sudah setelah lancar beda lagi semangatnya. Welcome, thank you. So Alex Gomez Velasco, physiotherapist and traditional Chinese medicine therapist, Tao Medicine, Bali. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Velasco. Please. Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, on the stage we do have our panelists here with me. Then just want to move on directly to the discussion sessions. I would like to extend 5 minutes for, first of all, in terms of traditional medicine practitioners, Mr. Velasco, to share about the healing knowledge and traditional the practices right now. So would you mind to share your perspective, please?
Well, thank you so much in advance to all the organizers to invite us. For me, it's a really good pleasure to talk about Chinese medicine. My name is Alex Gomez, and I'm a traditional Chinese medicine therapist. Also, I'm a founder and director of Tao Medicine in Bali. And it's a company that is related with traditional Chinese medicine. And what we are trying to help people in our clinics is giving the option, like when they are coming to us, finding another solution or finding a complementary solution. We are not treating only the symptoms, we are trying to treat the whole thing, is why the holistic approach is talking about. And we truly believe that traditional Chinese medicine in that case can help the people to improve the quality of life. And also one of our goals is to try to give them the option to understand a little bit the disease of the illness in another kind of perspective. And also we are providing Chinese herbs or diet and also acupuncture to try to make balance in the pulse at the same time, for example, that we are working together in an integrative way with the Western medicine. Then for us, is already long time working in that field, and we are really happy to see that step by step, all the holistic approach, they're arriving a little bit better in the hospitals and also in different clinics, doing this kind of integrative part. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Velasco. So sharing about the TCM, right? for the traditional Chinese medicine, which will help improving health. Of course, one of the examples is acupuncture is very, very effective in this case. So I would like now to move on to Dr. Kekada. So what exactly your views, seeing the complementary and preventive health in the responsible well-being approach here?
First of all, I want to express my delightfulness to organizing this event. Modern lifestyles, which is going in a very fast pace, and we want everything to be now and quick, and also to a degree that the world is moving towards go against laws of nature, laws of body. So I think Ayurveda is a science of life. It provides knowledge on how to live healthy, long life. I think this is what everybody is looking for, to live healthily, live long, live happy. And Ayurveda's primary intention is prevention. Ayurveda talks everything about how to prevent from becoming diseased, sick, or unhappy. So as a primary focus is prevention, once we fail to manage the prevention part, disease manifests, and Ayurveda talks about how to cure the disease. So Ayurveda is a complete medical system, and that's my background, and I've seen so many people get better, heal, find their path and joy and happiness using Ayurvedic medicine in my practice. Diseases that's been not able to be diagnosed or cured through the Western medical system, I was able to help people through that, able to get rid of some strong medications that people use, and the dependency, we could help with those people. It also helps people in this world. There's so much knowledge and confusion. People don't know when to use what. I think the science of Ayurveda begins with individuality, knowing yourself, connect back to yourself. And I think with the world full of so much knowledge, Ayurveda can help you understand which knowledge to use when. So you can come back to yourself, understand yourself. And the individuality is the beauty of Ayurveda. So knowing yourself, knowing how your body works, what's needed for your body, rather than generalizing everything, that's something is a pure something take home for people by knowing Ayurveda. You could just go into a question and answer session on a website that can tell you about your own individual makeup, or you can see an Ayurvedic doctor to understand this and begin your journey from there. So this is what I would like to share today as a beginning opening about Ayurvedic science. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kekada. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Kekada was highlighting more about modern lifestyle, which is closely connected to fast-paced type of living. Also, we are really actually looking for a healthy and happy long life. Then it is also, Dr. Kekada was also addressing concern about medication, how people is really depending a lot about medications. Then it is also important to know the knowledge, and also what exactly you want to do with that knowledge, that to ensure that we are heading to the safe and responsible well-being approach in life. Thank you so much once again. So I'd like now to move on to Mr. Bertrand. So how exactly you see it from your own perspective, Mr. Bertrand, please?
Do I have a presentation?
Yes, you can actually use a presentation over here. Boleh dibantu presentasi Mr. Bertrand, please?
I'm going to stand over there so I can look at it. Excuse me. Well, hello everyone. Om Swastiastu. It is a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the kind invitation. And it is very nice to see how many people are focused now in well-being and healthcare. And I think this is a beautiful, unique opportunity for us to network and get to learn from each other, so we can grow together and provide better healthcare and well-being to everyone around us. So I'll give you a little bit about my background. I'm an osteopath. I train in England. I'm originally from Spain, and I have been coming to Bali for the last 10 years. When I came to Bali for the very first time, with a heavy background in clinical approach to children with severe disabilities, I was very curious to understand how the belief system and the culture within Bali would look at that. How would they consider and how would they choose to relate to those with disabilities? And what we found in many cases, not in all of them, but in many of them, was that there was a huge, big stigma related to disability. A lot of it due to the belief system, due to the karmic idea of reincarnation and the family karma and the individual karma. So with all that, what we saw is that there was a big gap when it comes to healthcare for those children suffering from severe disabilities. Due to the lack of healthcare and healthcare professionals trained properly to take care of the needs of these children, we decided to do something about it. So we decided to offer our services for free for those who would need it. That was 10 years ago. Now we have been reaching out to a community of nearly 700 children with disabilities in the island. And we have organically grown, and we are also in 5 different countries. So I would like to share with you some highlights of what disability is for us, how we understand and feel disability, and what is it that we have identified in the different communities around the world that we are currently serving these beautiful human beings. So one of the key things that we have noticed is that safety is extremely important. Without safety, without the patient feeling safe, the therapy might not be able to have a big physiological change. Or even if the technique or the approach, such as acupuncture or Ayurvedic, which I hugely respect, and I can't wait to talk more about those two with you, how if the patient does not feel safe, that could compromise the physiological input that the therapy, regardless of the approach or regardless of the technique, might have. So that's one of the first things that we have identified and wanted to share with you. So how do we promote safety? Well, I'm an osteopath. For those who are not familiar with osteopathic medicine, it's a hands-on approach, so manual approach, where we try to identify the potential misalignments of the biomechanics of the patient. So basically, we believe that if everything is in the right position, if every structure is within the good physiological range of movement, the body has the inner ability to self-heal and to self-regulate. So we identify the structures are not in the right position, and through manual hands-on care, we try to promote that alignment. So, when it comes to stress, and going back to the original idea of safety first, we acknowledge that the stress and trauma, it is not only psychological, but it is somatic and it is emotional. So we understand that we human beings are biological beings that need and are designed to regulate. And we are community beings. So it is extremely important for our own biological physiology to have access to a community so that we can co-regulate with the community. So we want to acknowledge and to highlight the idea of how the somatic experience and the somatic physical state of a person is going to pretty much dictate whether that system feels safe enough to start co-regulating. I hope I'm making sense, and if not, I'm happy to discuss it with you later on. So, before co-regulations, we need to aim for regulations, meaning that if I am coming closer, aiming to help a child with disability, who happens to be dysregulated, who happens to not being able to have optimized his own physiology, I need to understand that the way I'm introducing myself to that system has to be through respect and has to be through my own regulation, because the child will pick up on my own physiology. So in order to promote co-regulation, we have to first be responsible for our own regulation. Tomorrow we'll be giving a workshop where I will go deeper into these concepts with practical exercises, methods, so we can promote our own regulation for those who might be interested in this topic. So when we see a child with disability, we need to identify the early signs and how those early signs of dysregulation can be secondary due to a number of reasons, such as sensory overload, or the child not being able to cope with the social environment. We identify that we can identify what way of dysregulation the system of the child is falling into, and how that can lead into a specific type of pathologies. One's related more from the musculoskeletal point of view, one more related from the neurological, respiratory, etc., etc. So being able to identify where is the child at and why is key for us to offer the proper approach to promote his health. The last thought I wanted to share with you is going back to the idea. We need to feel safe. Once we have safety, we can implement approaches, we can implement techniques, and then the physiology of that patient will be able to absorb that input. Regulation comes first, and then we can co-regulate. So something that I think is beautiful and is unique in Bali is the community engagement. We have here a beautiful community engagement, but the Balinese traditional community engagement through ceremonies, through gatherings, is huge. So if we welcome everyone to be more regulated when they are coming to those gatherings, and then we invite those less regulated, like the children with disabilities, to be part of those ceremonies, they can benefit for the co-regulation from the community. The community that you guys have here in Bali is something that we're pretty much missing back in Europe, for instance. So I'm learning so much from you, and I can't wait to keep growing together and sharing knowledge so we can promote health and well-being for everyone. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much indeed. Boleh berikan tepuk tangan Bapak Ibu kepada panelis kita. Bapak Ibu, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Mr. Beltran, for sharing that essential information. So ladies and gentlemen, our third panelist was sharing about safety before healing, as safety is extremely important. Definitely, I agree with that. And there is the need of to promote safety here in this case. And also Mr. Beltran also sharing about the nervous system, stress and connecting to trauma, and also the vital adaptation, and also the important cycle of safety and connections and mobilizations, which also impact to self-regulations. And also the future of well-being, which is, I would like to also take this statement, which is also very important. When we feel safe, we can actually heal. When we can heal, we could actually connect. When we can connect, we could actually thrive. So thank you very much indeed. That's a very good inspiration to all of us, I believe. So ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed with the Q&A sessions and invite all the audience to address questions, I would like to address one important questions actually about the TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine. Can I address that to Mr. Velasco? So speaking about traditional Chinese medicines, how do you see the wellness industry here in Bali or Indonesia overall adapting to this opportunity of TCM, please?
Can I be honest? Well, in my opinion, and I'm already living here in 7 years in Bali, and there is some changes. When I came before, was a little bit difficult to find professionals that they are like working, and you can find like some people that they were working like random in different places, but difficult to reach them. For example, in a place that I was living in, I'm still living in Uluwatu. Then, what I can see right now that Bali, what I heard before when I came here, not only for surfing, I came because Bali have this kind of culture, and I think everyone knows like the healing part of Bali. Then what I think a lot of people there is attracting to come to Bali to heal, right? Bali have this kind of energy, not only in the community, also because the people, they bring this energy here, but also it's because it's from here. And then I think now that the step by step is creating more and more this kind of merge of different disciplines, and also I truly believe that hopefully soon we can see this in the hospitals. We can see more like I would say like a central, like that you can choose or you can work together. But because in China, for example, you have this option, right? You have the option to treat with antibiotics, but at the same time, you have the options to treat with herbs, to, for example, treat the secondary effects of the Chinese herbs. We are missing that part that is still working, but I truly believe that is going to happen soon, or at least we are pushing to happen.
Right. Well, thank you so much for addressing the feedback on that, Mr. Velasco. I would like now to move on to Mr. Bertrand. So you talk about the future of well-being. So on your views, how do you see exactly the well-being industry or medical tourism here for Bali in the next 10 years?
Yes, thank you for the questions. I think Bali has unique opportunities for promoting healthcare and well-being, especially for the Western culture. For many years, I understand that Bali has been hidden, but more and more recently, Bali is able to export not only a beautiful paradise, but inspirational location to get exposed to a beautiful culture, a beautiful traditions. And like I was talking before in the presentation, and the way that the community is gathering over here, I think it's quite unique, quite interesting, and I see a lot of benefit into that. So exporting and promoting the idea of community engagement as a therapeutic way to promote health, I think that is very unique. I see that more and more growing in Uluwatu communities or in communities around Ubud, and I think if we can merge that and if we can extract the benefit of that, I think we can see beautiful things happening. And I'm taking that from Bali every time I come and bringing it back to the different societies and communities that I interact with. So going back to community and engaging more with each other, I think that's something that we have to and should learn from Bali, and Bali is offering that beautifully.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bertrand, for sharing the optimistic. So engaging community in this case also very essential. So can I just now go back to Dr. Kakanda? So how do you see the most effective ways to really invite or involve the community in gaining awareness of understanding that wellness is totally vital?
I guess, Bali, or particularly Ubud, is called Ubad. That means it's medicine. I think the younger generation should not forget what the ancestors were practicing and the knowledge that's already exists. I think it's a time for them to remember and practice it. Everything exists. What Ayurveda brings out about following the rhythm of the nature, being mindful of the nature, eating fruits and vegetables that's grown around you, or certain jamu practices, changing your diet according to the season, rituals, all those things are part of healing. So I think Bali has it all. It just needs to be nurtured and remembered and not get engulfed by the modern pace of life, the speed of life. It looks brighter and good for the moment, but we want to look into what's going to give the long-lasting benefit rather gratification immediately. Bali, if you see the ancestral diet, a lot of food just forage, which are full of medicinal qualities. Moringa, it's been called as a superfood in the world and it's packed and sold in the markets, but not many of the Balinese people use it. So why not to get back to those things, use in their daily life, begin your health and well-being there, and then connect to the modern benefits of technology or fun or the quick things that brings joy and happiness to us. So I would say, just to wrap it up, go back to the nature, connect to what your ancestor knows, nurture those things. It's all here. You just have to remember and put into action. So.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kikanda. So I see that nurturing is very, very important to the generation, and everybody needs to really take responsibility and ownership to do that as well. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I'd like now to invite the audience to address some questions to our panelists over here. We do have times over here, see? So a question, please. Ada pertanyaan, Bapak Ibu? So I ingin bahas atau invite questions over here, please. No questions. So I think everybody enjoyed, because there was very comprehensive discussions I think we had before. So just before we wrap up this panel sessions, I would like to invite all the panelists to share their last closing statement, emphasizing on what exactly is essential on this topic. Please, perhaps Dr. Kikanda start first. Thank you.
Today's topic was thriving in harmony. When it comes to harmony from a Ayurvedic foundation, it's the harmony of yourself, within yourself. How you accept yourself, know your strength, know your weakness, and from there, you move forward to achieving things that you want, and also finding the balance of body, mind, spirit. So we cannot just purely focus on body or just the mind. Body and mind works together. I think through the lens of Ayurveda, accepting your constitution, that's what we call, so the build, the makeup that you're born with, and you nurture that and know your strength and take care of yourself. So begin caring yourself, and then you can provide the care and nurture that you want to bring into the world. If you want to bring peace to the world, be peaceful within yourselves. So this is something, the harmony part, we can begin within ourselves. So that's what I would like to say for the audience who are here. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I love that. So thrive in harmony. Just start with yourself. Know exactly who you are, and you have the acceptance on yourself. So then you can really move on to where exactly you want to go to. So next, please, Mr. Velasco.
Well, I would like to say that one of the main reasons when the people that are coming and to try to find solution or to try to find another or complementary solution, what TCM, for example, understand the disease or what happened in our body is that the whole thing that we were talking before, right? This is the holistic approach. What it means, like everything that you have around you, your environment, your stress, your diet, this is really, really interesting to know what's going on according to the TCM knowledge, because, for example, in our case, we are treating with 5 elements, right? And if we are having digestive system issues, or we are having, for example, liver issues, different emotions, they're going to be related with these kind of organs, right? And they're going to appear. Then we can see, and our goal, for example, in that case, is the patients, when they are coming, they can see the disease, they can see the symptoms as a whole thing, and they can actually see how can they modify these emotions that affect in this disease and also in their symptoms. For us, like I agree with her, like when she say about the you know yourself, because it's how you can see yourself if you are like more person that is worried about the things, or maybe you are this kind of temper and you are like more anger, or maybe you have more fear. Then this is gonna give us some examples that what kind of organ there's gonna be a little bit more deficiency or weakness, right? And we're gonna have some approach to tell them, okay, we had to follow this path, we had to follow this diet, we had to follow these emotions, we had to work on that. And then the whole thing is gonna make like more understandable, like how can we switch this disease and these symptoms.
Right, so thank you so much. So Mr. Velasco, so this is not only gaining better understanding, not only seeing like there is always light at the end of the tunnel, but you need to see everything, especially like well-being or wellness, in a holistic approach. So thank you so much for that. So I'll move on now to Mr. Beltran, please. Would you mind to share your last closing statement?
Yes, thank you. The same thought, safety first. Safety as to, I think we should wonder why is this patient not feeling safe? Why the central nervous system of this patient is in a protective state? And what is it protected from? If we try to identify that, if we try to identify how to promote and bring safe to that central nervous system, instead of just focusing on the symptoms, then I think we will have a much better chance to bring a holistic approach, like my colleague was saying, from the mind, body, spirit, as well, from the different elements, regardless of the approach that you are capable of delivering. In that way, we will be treating the person, not just a group of symptoms, a group of different systems. So that would be my main idea, and the one that I would like to leave you with. Identify safe and what is the system protecting itself from. Thank you.
Right, thank you so much, Mr. Bertrand. So we go back to safety first before we go into, that will enable us to go into holistic approach, and that also will enable us to go into high acceptance on who exactly we are. So thank you very much once again, all the panelists. It's really indeed a pleasure having you all today in the discussions, and also we gain a lot of knowledge, definitely. Thank you very much once again. So ladies and gentlemen, that wrap up our discussions and the panel sessions this afternoon on the topic about traditional and complementary medicine, which is bridging ancient wisdom into modern well-being. So thank you very much once again, audience. Thank you once again, all the panelists. So I would like now to bring the floor back to Bang Paul. Silakan Bang Paul.
Ya, thank you. Terima kasih. Tepuk tangan dong untuk Ibu Erika Sedana, moderator yang sangat-sangat tampil luar biasa, membawa kita mendapatkan begitu banyak hal-hal inti dari pembicara. Okay, thank you very much, our moderator, once again, and all distinguished speakers for such an inspiring discussion. And moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we kindly invite Bapak Ferry Agustian Soleh for the certificate and token appreciation to all of distinguished speakers. And yeah, for your insight and also new things. Thank you. And time for photo session. Very good smile. One, two, three, cheers. 1, 2, 3, Bali, and thank you. Terima kasih sekali lagi. Baik, terima kasih. You may return to seat. Ya, Ibu Erika juga, silakan. Pak Ferry juga. Ya, kami sangat-sangat mengapresiasi para Bapak dan Ibu yang masih berada di tempat ini, karena kita akan masih berada di sini sampai beberapa agenda ke depan yang masih akan sampai terakhir nanti, dan juga jangan lupa ada door prizes-nya nanti. Sekali lagi, tadi kami sudah sempat menampilkan barcode, ya. Kemudian itu scan, kemudian di dalamnya itu ada ya kesempatan bagi para Bapak dan Ibu untuk mendapatkan door prizes dan juga satu gelas ya coffee. Ya, oke. Baiklah. Para Bapak dan Ibu yang berbahagia, kami akan melakukan persiapan sesaat untuk acara berikutnya. Dan oleh karena itu, tetaplah bersama kami di hari yang sangat luar biasa, di mana kesehatan adalah menjadi nomor satu bagi kita, BWB Expo 2026. Ya, kita akan kembali lagi setelah yang satu ini.